Hi, Project Nerd fans. This is Daniele here with a great conversation with Serhat Karaaslan. He's the director of a new film, The Criminals. So, Serhat, thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell our Project Nerd fans a little bit about your film?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. My film is a short film I made after my first feature film. It's about a young couple who is trying to find a room for make love. Basically, it's very simply. It's a social realistic drama with elements of thriller film. I I mixed genre a bit. That's something new for me after telling several social realistic films. And it takes place in Turkey. It's a French production, and yeah, I don't know what else I should say.
So, in Turkey, are there laws against unmarried couples renting hotel rooms? Is that based in reality, or is that something that was made up for the film?
Yeah, it's really vague this situation because like officially states not asking every hotel to really asking the like the marriage certificate, but in small towns, small hotels they ask. It's really depends, but uh, by law, for example, the hotels who they are asking for the marriage certificate and they this kind of station they show as a like prostitution. Like prostitution
Mm.
is it's illegal. It's like a crime by law as well. But for like a lower spending time in a hotel, normally is not crime. It's really depends situation and where you are, and also depends the hotel. And this story is based on a true story, and still nowadays this kind of stories takes place. It's happened unfortunately, and it really depends. Like in big cities or in the like touristic places, they are not asking, but in small cities they asking. And also, for example, in small cities, in most of the hotel there's a sign that say family hotel. Like for example, it means family hotel is like there is no prostitution in this hotel, like from their point of view I'm saying. Like for them, for this mentality, if you are not married and you are spending time together, you are making love, it's they see like as a prostitution. This is the
Interesting.
mentality. And yeah, that's why it can be very complicated if you're not married.
Yeah.
You should carefully go to when you go to Turkey.
I haven't watched the film yet, but I did. I was very interested in talking with you because I had an exchange student, a college age exchange student from Turkey, stayed with us for a few weeks earlier this fall. And so I'd never really known much about Turkey before, but we talked a lot about Turkish culture. And she's obviously a young person and she has a boyfriend and things like that. So, anyways, one of the conversations that we kept coming back to is the fact that there's this distinct generational gap between older people and younger people in Turkey. And it seems like this movie is sort of commenting on that a little bit because it's a young couple at the center of the movie. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that as well.
Yeah, I mean, Turkey is very strange country because it can be like a European country. Sometimes it can be like a classical Middle Eastern country as well. It's really depends. It's very colorful country, like bicultural as well. Like there is some community they really live like Western world, but there is some community they live like Iran. It's really like that. And
Hmm.
also, as that student said, and there is like conflict between the young generation and old generation as well, because they even like in the like modern family also they are still very, I don't know what to say, they are very strict about tradition. They can be, even they are modern, they are open-minded, they still can be very bounded to their tradition. And it's not only coming from the religion, it's coming from tradition as well. This also can make problems in this kind of situation, or how the young peoples they are living. And because like nowadays, like with nowadays everywhere we can see how people live in the Asia, in West world, in the East, everywhere, and you cannot really force young people to live as the, like, I don't know, like as the old generation used to live before. I mean,
Hmm.
it's, they can resist, and they see and they want to live as they want. And I think it's really, it's, I'm keep repeating the same thing, but it really depends where you are in society. It's really depends this.
Sure.
It doesn't mean like, well, like, I
Yeah.
mean,
Interesting.
for the people who watch this film, it doesn't mean the whole country is like that. But it's like a bit expression of like recent years, and most of the people how they feel, how they live, like the how young generation they are suffering from some, I mean, like traditions, or like, let's say, some rules, some moral things. I can summarize shortly like that.
And I think that's a theme that people from all different cultures can resonate with, just as young people are coming into their own. Obviously, there tends to be conflict with older generations as well. So it does, even though this movie happens to be set in Turkey and is following a specific challenge that the couple is trying to overcome. I do think that the themes are can resonate with people from all over the world.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it happened like that in Turkey, but for example, let's say in West world, it can happen in another way. Like I don't know, like imagine like if the homosexual couple they go to a hotel, if there is a like homophobic hotel like guy is there, and he can disturb that couple as well. Or you can imagine in another way. It means like being human is more or less everywhere same. Like, but still
Right.
it's, there's cultural things it makes difference, and unfortunately this still can happen in Turkey. But as I said, it can happen in another way in the Western world as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. I also was reflecting on filmmaking or storytelling as a way to um, impact cultural change. So I was curious to hear your thoughts on the power of film in terms of making some sorts of cultural changes or cultural movements. Is that something that can have an impact in your opinion?
If I got well your question, I mean, like Kieślowski, he says something very good about this. He say film cannot change the people, but the people who watch the films, they can change something. For me also, I think this is the best explanation, or
Mhm.
I would say like about the cinema or art in general. I don't see art as a mission, like making art as a mission. I think if you see as a mission, if you say I want to change the world, that's why I'm making films, it's very naive, and it can be
Mm,
very propagandist film. I don't know propagandist it's in English or not.
yep.
And it's like art is not, it's art is questioning. You give questions, you, or you make some situation visible. I don't know. It can be uh, very large this, but for me also it's like how Kieślowski say. And nowadays I'm in Turkey, and this all like everything is going on in country. Makes me feel tell this story. It's not like it's not like giving a solution to people. For me, it's expression. It's how I see the world nowadays for me. And I think, as Kieślowski said, the film cannot change, but the people who watch this film, if they start to question something, it's going to be changed, maybe slowly, not only with a film, but in general, art can make that.
That quote is very powerful, and I think it is true in terms of a lot of social movements here in the US. People sometimes will use personal stories or things like that in terms of, like the gay rights movement or the pro-choice movement. Sharing those personal stories are often used as a way to at least build empathy. But I also think like filmmaking and storytelling just in general, for me at least, I resonate with that much stronger than like reading a news article or something. it's having that personal element um, changes how my heart feels about things versus just hearing a dry news story or something like that. So it's pretty that I really liked hearing that quote because I think that relates to how I take in art.
Yeah, that's great.
Great.
We agree
So,
on that.
oh, yeah,
I said we agree on that. How should like art impact? I don't know, like
great.
giving impact on people. Yeah.
Well, just one last fun question. But as the world is opening up again, how do you prefer to travel? Do you prefer to stay in hotels or Airbnbs or with friends or something else?
Well, I was traveling a lot before COVID, and during COVID, like everyone, it's very hard to travel. And like thanks to the festivals, I stay a lot at hotels, but normally I'm doing Airbnb a lot. As a guest, also I used to rent my place also by
Oh,
Airbnb. Yeah, and not it's help us for economize, and also like meeting new peoples from all around the world is very nice, I think. Um, I'd love to do that again, and I think it makes easier to travel to and also to meet new peoples, I think.
yeah. Hopefully soon we'll be able to do it. I'm too much of a coward to open up our place to Airbnbs, although we had a student living with us for 6 weeks. So I guess in certain situations, I will open my home up to strangers. But I've just heard horror stories of like people using your home to party or, destroy the home or things like that. So that if it's in a controlled situation, I'm definitely open to welcoming strangers. But in Airbnb, I have not yet done that in our home.
I did that a lot and never happened to my places. I mean, because you can't choose. It's not you don't accept who who else requested it. You read the comments and it's really it's I mean of course probably like worst story also happened, but to me nothing bad like worse happened, and you never know. Of course, we should be happy. We should be careful, and
Mhm.
also it's interesting, I think, to do that.
Yeah, well, so far so good. So maybe we'll try it. Anyways, where can our audience find your film?
Nowadays, it's in Argo streaming platform in US and Canada, I think, and in Europe they can see on the Arte Television, and it's been screened in festivals. But festivals, it's very hard. It's very limited people. I mean, everyone
Mhm.
cannot watch, but one maybe one good things after COVID, like most of the festivals, they are online as well. You can reach, for example, you can watch film from Sundance wherever you are. It doesn't matter. You can watch online, and some festivals they are online and they can watch from those festivals. And I hope it will be in more like VOD platforms, big ones for reach more audience. If not, maybe we will just put on the Vimeo or YouTube. I don't know. Let's see. For now, it's only Argo and Arte
Great.
Television. Arte is on the internet as well. They can watch.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much for talking with us today. And we all can't wait to see your film.
Thank you very much. Bye.